Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Huh?
So if I lose my voice, Juanita's taking over, So I want to welcome everybody and thank you. There are 26 clubs here this morning, and I think that's fantastic with all the activities that a lot of clubs are doing and being their members. I want to welcome our Pastor National President Sid Scruggs and Pastor National Director Harvey Whitley. Thank you for coming. Sid, will you be our parliamentarian today? And I was going to get Mark, but I guess he's not here to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Our flag is in the back. Bill Womack, would you lead us in the pledge? Stand and turn to the back.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jeremy, would you lead us in the invitation, please?
Let us pray. Thank you, Lord, for this day and for your many blessings. Thank you for this group that's gathered here today, Lord. Thank you for their volunteering hearts, Lord, and bless them as they move forward and offer services that they do for us, Lord. You know, there's many needs in our communities and our state, Lord. There's been devastation in our state. There's been much work done, but there's much work to be done. Continue to guide us in our service and bless us, Lord. In your name we pray, amen. Amen.
So, Susan, you want to read our minutes in the last meeting?
Make a motion to approve of the minutes. Second.
Second. Who's second? All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
Yes. Governor Judy, could we have a moment of silence in remembrance of callers, please? It was finalized this week.
Yes. Thank you, Lord. Treasurer report?
I hope everyone picked up a treasurer's report as you came in. The packet looks thick, but it has both September's financial report as well as October's. We are doing very well. We have collected the dues from every club in our district except for one, and we are in contact with them and expect to have that hopefully by next weekend. But we are working on that. Approximately 6 clubs have already paid their district governor's goals, and that's very much appreciated. The most important thing I can say to you this morning is if you have not already done so, file your 1099 in with the IRS, that's for the e-postcard. 99 in. File that with the IRS. You can go on to irs.gov, pick out nonprofit organizations, and it'll walk you through it. You will need your club's EIN number, which is the number that you use to open your bank account for your club. And I pray that the rest of you aren't having computer issues like I am, so you can get it done this week. We do still have one outstanding bill due to the Council of Governors. It is our district's portion of the internet website fees for the state. It's been spoken about for several years that each district needed to contribute to that, and they finally are enforcing it this year, and it needs to be done. So that will be an internet charge and it is less than the $141 difference in that line item, 810. Okay, so we have that in our budget already, so it should be approved. Are there any questions about the financial statements?
Hopefully you've read in many the newsletters that our last cabinet meeting, we needed to vote on increasing the convention fee to $2. It hadn't been increased in years, since 2015. And, things cost a little bit more these days. So I'd like to hear a motion on increase.
It's coming from the standing committee, you don't need a second.
Okay,
It's a motion from the standing committee.
okay.
Second.
Corey. And do I need to declare everybody here of voting? Okay.
I make a motion that every line present in the standing committee vote representative for their club.
She said she's making a motion that every lion here can vote, be a voting representative for their club in good standing,
And that will be for the rest of the year.
and that will be for the rest of the year. Do I have a second?
Second.
Susan? Okay, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay. So y'all can vote on this motion. It is a fee, so it's been seconded.
Point of clarification, if this is passed, it will appear on your dues invoice that will be sent out in February, an additional $2 per member for the rest of the year. And then next year, it will go into your August billing.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed?
One question on the previous motion. When you said that it's good for the rest of the year, it cannot be when you are voting for the officers. It has to be by delegate vote. So the governor can always, at any cabinet meeting, declare 50 people there can vote. You don't need a motion. But there are certain things that will require only delegate vote. So that really is, motion is really sort of quasi, but I understand the meaning behind it. As long as it doesn't get in the minutes the wrong way.
She'll send it to you. So our Triple J team, do y'all have any comments you want to make this morning? Look, Jarius, of course, is the first one.
A lot of power with these folks. I'll just lean down. I just want to say thank you to all the work that's being done throughout our district. Y'all been showing up phenomenally as far as the work that's been going on to help the western part of our state. A lot of work there being done, a lot yet to be done, as I said in my prayer, but just thank you for all the efforts and work there. It's much needed. If you haven't been there and seen much of it, this is an eye-opener for sure. We've sent some stuff up from our farmstead, and if you have a farm and you have extra hay or feed or anything like that you'd like to send, please send it up there. They need it. Cold weather's coming. They need heaters, they need generators, stuff like that. They have a lot of clothing already out there. But not to say they don't need more, but they do have a lot of clothing on the ground out there. But also, I just want to encourage everybody to continue to work to look at new Leo clubs. I want to see some new Leo clubs popping up. I know Waxhaw's working on one of those. If you don't have a Leo club in your area, try to help out, working on that and starting one. Also, I'd love to all the clubs to be considering maybe making a donation to the Leos this year. I'd like to be able to do some new things at our convention and stuff, to be able to entertain them, have a good time, so forth. So monies are needed to be able to do those kinds of things. So think about donations to our Leos. You can see Mark about that. But otherwise, just thank you for all you're doing, and I appreciate the opportunity to serve. I've visited a few of the clubs already. I need to get out to some more. If I haven't been there yet, and you're on my list, and it was in the newsletter. If you have a question about that, make sure just reach out to me. If I haven't reached out to you, and we'll try to get a date planned. Look forward to meeting all of you. Thanks again.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Ramsey. This is my hometown, and I'm so glad to see so many of you here today. I too have visited several clubs. I'm available, and your entire J team is available if you're working on a service project. The only way we're going to get to know you is that we come out and be with you. We're supposed to be the hands of service. So if you are having a fundraiser or having a service project and you need a couple of extra hands, I've got 2 right here. Actually, I've got 4. 2 of them are attached to the young man on the back. So, if you need us.
You don't send it back home.
I'll send it back home, but first he's going to use those hands. If I want to do something special for just a moment, if I may, Judy, if I may. Susan, can I get you to come up for me, please? PDG Susan, please.
I like that PDG part.
Don't rub it in yet. But she needs to make a special presentation.
Yes, this is a carryover from last year. And it was a recognition that was given out at the NCLF officer installation. And I think some other folks have been honored there as well who may have already received this. But this person, this is being presented, it's the John L. Stickley Award in appreciation for outstanding service. As the District Writer Vision's co-chair for 31-0, we met our goal, which was amazing. And so, Carl, will you please come up and receive this honor? Great job. If anybody wants to take a picture and send it to me, we can get this out on the This is also a little medallion. It sits real nice. It's got a little flat side, so it doesn't roll off your desk. So congratulations. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks to all of you.
Oh. One here. Thank you. Thank you for my work.
Judy, I may be wrong, but I don't think we voted on the motion for the cabinet increase. We voted on the range motion, but I don't believe we voted on the other one. Susan, do your minutes reflect that? That we did vote? Okay.
I must not have said it passed, but it did pass. The Global Action Team, Barbara, do you have a report about GLT or anything?
Good morning, everybody. Love to see the smiling faces this beautiful fall morning. I'm not going to take too long, but a couple of things I want to tell you that's going on. I hope you picked up one of these, back to the basics. As I've been talking to clubs and going around to clubs, a lot of folks are saying, hey, we'd like to know more about North Carolina Lions Foundation, more about LCIF, and we have our district chair here today with us, Jamie, but they want to know more of the basics. So we're going to kind of go back to that. I'd like for you to read, but there's also one coming up Monday night, and this is going to be, I think, a very interesting and fun one. We have Tammy McLean, who's the camp retreat director at Camp Dogwood, telling us exactly what goes on at Camp Dogwood. You know, if you really want to know what they do at Camp Dogwood, well, come Monday night. We have our past district governor, Bill Mathers, who's our state Brighter Visions chair. Do you want to know where our Brighter Visions dollars go? What does it apply to? Join us for that. And then our very own past district governor, Lorraine Dupree, to talk about Camp Dogwood tickets. How do they really work this year? What do we need to do? How does it, so she's going to give us some ins and outs on that. So join us for that. If you join by phone, there is a QR code you can scan. Or I think, Susan, you sent the link out to presidents and secretaries. So if you're a president and secretary here today, make sure you get those board members because we want to really promote that. The next thing we have coming up is on November the 18th, and it's a new member orientation. So if you have new members, make sure you give that to them. We will be sending it out to them also. So make sure you kind of get on those. And I've been talking with Sid about getting some folks from International to join us. We're talking now to possibly have Dr. Patty Hill either give us a video or someone from her organization through there with LCIF to come and along with Jamie to talk about Lions Club International Foundation. How do we get, what are grants? We're going to have someone come in and talk to us about how do we get a grant? Because you'd be surprised what's out there for us. Maybe get Ryan Sheehan and Sid to talk about Lions Club International. Where did we come from? What's our history? What are we doing now? So there's lots to come. We're also going to have, who's heard about the AI project through Lions Clubs International, the chat GPT, did I get that right? You know, I'm not one of those technological. GPT, thank you. Has anybody used that? Y'all, it's really phenomenal. I went in and typed in something so simple. I did service projects. And it gave me a whole list of things. And it not only gave me the list, it told me kind of what you might do. And I said, well, I love the environment. I put recycle. It told me step by step by step how to make this project work. It's phenomenal. So we're going to have, you may not know this gentleman, his name is Daniel Marnie Elkins. I'm not sure what his role is in Lions Club International, but he's all over the world. And that's one of his passions. So he's going to join us at some point and talk to us more about using AI to help in recruitment, serving, all sorts of areas. So I'm excited about bringing in folks from outside of our district, outside of our state, because there's a whole resource of Lions out there that are willing to just come on our Zoom calls and talk to us and give us their, what they're doing to kind of grow with their areas. So membership is an important thing of that. So anything we do, whether it's service that Jim does or membership that Ted or Gary is our GT, we all come together for growing our district because that's what we really want to do. Who's heard of Mission 1.5? Well, we've got to fix that, guys. Mission 1.5 is a continuation of the North American Membership Initiative, the Global Membership Approach, and it's just one more piece of this thing of really building our membership across the world. So our goal is by 2027, and you guys help me, correct me if I'm wrong here. So our mission is to have a minimum of 1.5 million Lion members worldwide by July of 2027. So we look at our district. Can we make an impact on that 1.5 million? I think we can, but we can't just sit back and say, let's grow membership, and that's it. We all have to work together. So this Mission 1.5 is a great resource for us, and I'm glad to come to your clubs, to your zone meetings, to whatever it might be, to just sit down and brainstorm ways that as leadership, what can we bring to the table? Gary is building new clubs, and Ted as our membership chair. We want to really promote this, and not just to say, hey, we've done it, but to grow our district, because we are an outstanding District O. So I want us to just really work towards bringing more members. And I've always said, as long as I've been governor, it's never a check mark. It's never a check, we increased our membership. That's not the purpose of growing our membership. The purpose is to serve that person in your community, that if you had more Lions, you could do more service. That's the purpose of growing our membership. So we want to work towards that. One thing I'm excited about is the Regional Lions Leadership Institute coming up next March. How many have heard of that? Anybody heard of that? Excellent. Who has been in this room? Okay. It's really an opportunity for any Lion to come. You don't have to be in a leadership role. It says leadership in the title, but it's an opportunity to get with facilitators. Harvey's one of our facilitators. Win White is one. Paul is a facilitator. We're going to have some others come in and join us, but there's a host of areas that we talk about for those 3 days. I will tell you this, what I loved about it, and y'all can back me up on this one. We've had people come in there that if they had to stand right here and speak, they were terrified. They're like, don't dare put me in front of a microphone. I don't want to be a leader. I don't want to be a president. I don't want to be a district governor. I don't want to be any of that. How many have we had now that have gone through this course that are district governors or any of them?
I know of at least one that really was.
We had one guy
so
from,
intimidated, but at the end of 3 days, he was getting that mega speech.
and he'll be our district governor in District
Yes.
S next year.
And
So,
there's
God,
others too.
there's others too.
That
that-
one was really, I mean, it was shocking to see the difference.
Yes.
He was so nervous, he would just stand there holding the
And
mic.
where's John Norwood? Where are you sitting?
John.
John Hartzell, I'm sorry, Norwood Club. John, you were there last year. You can speak to the impact, how it made, and when you walked away from it, how you felt as growing as a Lion.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So if you're thinking about doing it, I have some registration forms right here. I'm going to leave them at the front. There's also a QR code. Y'all, I'm into this QR code thing now. So. There's a QR code on here that'll take you right to Lions Clubs International to tell you about what the Regional Lions Leadership Institute is all about. But don't hesitate to come. Now, if you come to this training session, does that mean you have to be a district governor? By no means, no. It means that you're growing as a Lion, so you can go back to your club, maybe have a position in your club, or maybe not, but you're going to grow as a Lion, and that's what this is all about. So I'll leave these up here. That's all I have today. Does anybody have any questions, feedback, or? Yes.
Is there a limit on how many people from our district?
Thank you for that question. We have 5, each district has 5 slots. So if you think you want to go ahead and get your registration in. So we do have 5 slots that we can open up for our district. Great question. And I'm here, guys, if you need anything at all. I'll do Zoom sessions, I'll come to your clubs, your zone meetings, let me know what you need and I'll be there. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Barbara. And I also brought some applications. And if you are applying, you need to let me know too, please. Thank you. And are we just going to lay them around somewhere?
Yeah, I'll have out here the sign.
Okay, I got some too. Yes, ma'am. Global Extension Team Chair Gary Green.
Yeah, and I do want to say that my phone is cut off for any of you who want to try to do that.
So is mine.
I'm speaking low again. So, by the way, y'all say howdy to the people in Scotland County I'm sitting with over here, y'all wave. That's my new peeps. Those are my favorite people in the world. I told them I was the GET chair, and told John, I said GET, I said, get her done. We do have some wonderful efforts underway. Oh, there's Tony Chinchilla. Tony, haven't seen Tony in a while. Randleman, so that's Terry Rooms. Passes her go Terry. She is up to 15 paid members in her branch club Congratulations, she's got more on the hook, but we don't count them until they are paid. So she's at 15, toward her 20. And Ramsor is, you got Ramsor people here?
Yes, we do, you got me. No, they cannot come. There should be one on Zoom.
Okay, very good. We're tickled to death that Lion Juanita's been working on Ramsor, and we are now up to 10 paid members for the branch club in Ramsor, and more are coming. Continues working there. A fellow by the name of Wayne Courtney, sitting over here in the corner, we try to hide Wayne as much as we can.
In case I don't get anybody.
He's with money. But Wayne has just started, has had 2 meetings in Marshville, and has started recruiting for a new club in Marshville. There used to be a club there like 7 or 8 years ago, if I remember right, 10 years ago. So he has, nobody's paid yet, we're going to count, but he has 4 that are coming to the meetings. So if you start with 4, and those 4 get 2 or 3 each, that's how you build a club up. So, and we also have some work going on in Pittsburgh. That's Line Denton Melvin is working on Pittsburgh, and no meetings yet, but he's got it planning in his head, so to speak. But we want to encourage all of you, when you look at starting new clubs, it's not as daunting as what you might think. For the Scotland County Club, that club started from the colonel of a local lady named Shannon in the church, the local church, whose pastor came back from a mission trip to Honduras, I believe it was, and he witnessed lions giving out recycled eyeglasses. And he came back to his church at Old Laurelfield Presbyterian Church and said, this is a wonderful ministry. We need to recycle glasses. And Shannon filled out that little form to Lions Clubs International. Said, we've got recycled glasses. Who gets them? Well, it came to Aberdeen because we were the closest club. And we started from that one contact and got to the now 21 members. And I was doing a little bit of research on some others. A lot of new clubs, when they start, they are from personal connections. I had a personal connection with the Northmore Club when they started up. How long you guys been around now, Jerry? It's 5 years? Almost about 4 or 5. Juanita's building a new club. That is personal connection there. Terry's building a new club. That is personal connection there. But there, if you don't know people in a particular community, if you search out that community, you may find somebody that has a strong connection to the blind that you can work with, and that would be your colonel. Well, we do have, I think, 3 counties in the state in our district who do not have Lions clubs. Like if you had a son who was the town manager in Roxborough, and you want to start a new club in that county because there's no club there, you know, we can start with that colonel. So it's all kinds of ways. But you guys know I'm passionate about it. Jim is passionate about it as well. Sid has started 9 clubs in his day, so we need to pull him out of retirement so we can get number 10. And that's what we're saying right now, Governor. So, thank you.
Our global servicing, Jim, do you want to give your report? Where is it? Jim. You. And I forgot to welcome the Zoom people. I'm so glad you're listening to us, and if you can't hear us or have a question, please let Jack know.
That's fine.
Good morning. I'm Jim Boulay, the GST chair for our district. So just have a few items to talk about. I just wanted to double up what Jarius was saying. Thank all the Lions that have helped with what has happened out in Western North Carolina and our state. I know Lions have donated money, they donated time, they donated resources. And it's not only Lions in our state, but Lions all over the country, all over the world probably. But we all know at some point, you know, I don't know if it's going to be 6 months, a year from now, that's going to start slowing down from what's going on from all over the world and everything. And I think that's when they're really going to need Lions to step up from not just our district, but all over the state to continue helping them, because that is not a quick recovery. That's going to take a long time. So service projects going on in the future is something to think about so that we can help out our neighbors, our family, other Lions, everybody else that needs it in the future. So just something to think about later on, as well as continuing to do what we're doing now. Good old service reporting on our Lions portal. I think everybody from what I've seen online loves the new Lions portal. So I keep track of the statistics for our district governor on a monthly basis, and currently our district is actually leading all the other districts in the state as far as reporting. But even though we're leading, it only means that 1/3 of our clubs have actually entered any service projects into the portal. A third isn't a great number. I'm hoping it goes up, but it's going up very slowly. I think a lot of it has to do with that it's a new way of entering things, and it's different, and there's been bugs and all that types of stuff. But there are some resources as people need them to get onto the portal to help out. On the portal itself, there's links for frequently asked questions, training videos, and helpful resources. On Facebook, there's a Lion portal forum that you can join, and I've been watching that on Facebook, and there's tons of questions that go out there. And if you put a question out there, you can actually get an answer from anybody in the world that's been using the portal. So it's very helpful if you have a specific question that you don't want to go directly to LCI to get an answer, you probably get it quicker there. And also I noticed on YouTube, there's a new Lion portal group, if you want to call that, where they have videos that might help out with that. So again, we need to keep that service reporting going. We need those numbers up. I think LCI would actually like to see a number of 90%. I'm not sure we'd be able to make it that high, but we can keep trying. Let's see, what's next? In the last meeting, I mentioned about the Kindness Matters Service Award. This was the goal of our multiple district GST to do for the district as well as for the multiple district. So he wanted each district to present one winner that we could vote on that would be made out for the state. And then he would put that out to LCI to get, because LCI only awards, I think it's 20 or 30 of those things throughout the world each year. So we met last week, and we actually had 3 nominations from our district, one from Reedsville, one's from Julian, and one's from Waxhaw. Now, I was in a little pickle in that I'm from Waxhaw, and there was one from Waxhaw. There was one from our district governor's club. So I said, how am I going to diplomatically select a winner and not make like I'm playing favorites? So I submitted all 3 to our group of GSTs instead of actually selecting one. And they actually selected the winner for me, and I did not vote, so the winner was Waxhaw. And after going through each of them, they actually supported Waxhaw to be the state winner. So what we did was a communication board that we put in our park where children of all abilities, if they have problems speaking or they can't communicate, they can point to symbols on the board to say, I'm happy, I want to go on the swings, you know, all different things on there. So it was a big project that our club did, and everybody in the group was enthusiastic about it. So again, I had no vote on this, I just presented it. There's hopefully going to be plaques awarded at the Midwinter Convention, and at the state convention they'll also award something. But he's going to submit that to LCI, and we'll see what happens from that. Let's see what else. One other thing the multiple district GSTs are doing, he wants to do an aluminum can collection at the Midwinter Convention for childhood cancer. So I'm assuming, I don't have a lot of details on that yet, I'm assuming he's just going to turn that into a recycle place to get some money, but it's to raise money for childhood cancer. So start collecting your aluminum cans. If you come to Midwinter Convention, bring a bag of them. We'll figure out what we're doing with them. And we'll go from
It's the
there.
whole can, not just the package.
Just the whole can, yes. And finally, I know I keep saying our motto is we serve, and like I said, we've demonstrated that with what's going on out in our own state. But I've actually met various people in our community, and I'd say, you know, I'm with the Lions Club. Do you know what that is? I've never heard of it. I said, you never heard of the Lions Club? We've been around for over 100 years. No, never heard of it. So part of serving is getting out to community. If you do a project, put something out there so the community knows it's a Lions Club that did something. Because until they find out what we do, you're still gonna have people who say, well, what's the Lions Club? You can't get membership to grow unless you know what the club does, what people do as Lions, what our motto is, what we continue to do to support everybody. So again, when you do a service project, make sure you first enter it in the portal, and then let your community know that you've done something, and make yourself popular or something. I don't know what the good word is, but I think that's it.
Jim, can I ask you a quick clarification? On the aluminum cans, is that for state? Is that for the state convention?
For the Midwinter collector.
Okay, and not for, so, is someone in charge of that? Do you know?
I haven't heard yet exactly how it's going to work.
Okay.
And lastly, when I was in the district up in Connecticut, I used to end some of my speeches with a blessing of some sort. So I'm going to leave you with one. Unfortunately, it comes out different every time I say it, but Busiramo, Signatokialo, Amya, Otubedabi, Asino. Thank you.
Do we get an interpretation sometime? Okay, I have our global membership report. He is working at the polls today, and hopefully they're very busy, so he couldn't come. But we are actually, even though we've had great growth in our membership, we're actually down one. So Siler City has 5 new members, but unfortunately, they have lost 3 members since Labor Day. And so we need to keep them in our prayers just because that's a great loss for one club. McLeansville has 4 new members, Coleridge has 4, Sanford has 4. Their goal is 100 members, so that's pretty impressive. Greensboro Hamilton has 2, Scotland County has 1, Greensboro has 1, Jamestown 1, and Mayodan 1. So our doable goal is to be positive 35 by the end of the year. So we're getting there, but we're having some attrition too. So if he says, I challenge each member of every club to bring a neighbor, family, friend, or friend to your next service project. This will be a great opportunity for the potential members to see the positive impact your club is having on the community and enjoy the fellowship. He is going to be reaching out to the clubs that have a net negative growth and see what support that the district can do. And if you ever need, as Juanita said in her little talk, that any of the 3 of us will be able to come and help you, talk to you, phone, email, or anyway, just reach out to us and we will get it done. Okay, starting with mine and Jamie Lockhart. Do you have a report? Do you?
First of all, I'd like to thank 31 2 years ago, we did 106% of our goal. This past year, we did 81, 84. 3%. Out of our 52 clubs, 22 did not contribute to LCIF at all. That's hard. Now, LCIF, past District Governor Barbara mentioned, I don't think we understand sometimes the difference between the LCIF governor's goals and the LCIF International. Sid can tell us all about LCIF International. If you don't believe it, go over and see his pictures all over the world. Now, just want to let y'all know, it's always been brought up today, what we're doing in Western North Carolina. A lot of people don't understand. Since 1976, LCIF gave the state of North Carolina $3.4 million in grants. If we look at LCIF individually and in the club, as she just mentioned, we're growing. Last year we had 1052 in the club. This year we're up to 1085. It's 1,085. If everybody gave just $30 a year per person, we would meet our goal. Yes, we got to do the $3 for the governor's goal too. So that's $33. We would hit it on the nose. I'd like to see us in challenge goal this year to do that. We need to really get to work. 31-0 is a great team, and I'm telling you right now, I myself, Pleasant Garden Fire Department, we were on the ground the next day in Western North Carolina. We were sitting in Limber Falls, hauling stuff. Our fire department had 6 people up there. Just to tell you, you need to see it to believe it. We saw stuff that nobody else has ever seen before. Now, between July the 1st, 2024 and October, LCIF has awarded 147 grants, total $2.8 million under the Disaster Relief Program. Since September, the LCIF has awarded 10 emergency grants and $150,000 for hurricane relief across Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee. And it keeps on growing. As of today, LCIF has given 12 grants totaling $350,000. Now, they'll give us the money. We need to give back. And it shouldn't take. I was talking to Tammy Young Dogwood. District L has already got a $15,000 grant. Camp Dogwood got a $15,000 grant. And the state of North Carolina got a $100,000 grant. So, I just want everybody to please get to your clubs and let's try to see what we can do to help this year, District Governor's goal. Our goal this year is more than the last 2 years. 2 years ago, 106%, like I say, last year, 83%. I like to see us at 100%. And of course, ours has increased. As you increase members, your goal goes up. So 31-0, we're leading the pack with the highest percentage of so, does anybody have any questions about that? I mean, we'll get to the pack.
Oh, you do talk about time behind on their mail, or are they still behind?
Everybody's behind. I can't believe you brought that up.
If I looked at that check, like part of May, and it still hasn't cleared the bank yet.
I want to say something on that. Ask District Governor Susan and I, we fought that battle for, how long did we fight? How long did we fight that?
A long time.
Long time. I've called up there several times. I've talked to Chrissy. I've talked to all of them. I even offered to come up there and sit down and talk to them face to face to see what I can do to help. Right now, the report, if you go to report for LCIF 31-0, they're 2 months behind sign posted where we're standing right now. I talked to the IT department, I talked to the county, there's 2 county departments in Chicago. One county department might get the monies and not tell the other over here where it really needs to go. So I told them I'd come up and help you out. Just don't touch me. I'll sit down and do what I can do, what I feel like to. I ran the whole country's having a problem. Matter of fact, the mail system, all these hurricanes and stuff going on, the mail's all messed up everywhere. Especially down Florida, Georgia. If you send in things, it happens. But I hope it'll get better. I mean, the IT is having a problem over here, and the county's having a problem over here. So, I know that. Anybody have any questions? I tell it like it is, man.
One comment.
Yes, sir.
I do, just an account transfer, and it gets posted right away.
Yeah.
You don't have to handle the paper. So if you want to get your donation in, but, you know, do it to your debit, to your checking account, or to your credit card, whatever you want to do, it goes.
But I don't know how that mail's getting all messed up.
Well, as I say, that might be a solution to the mail problem.
That's right. Now, another thing too, you know, just, please go back to the clubs and set aside, hit our goal this year. Our goal was $32,000. And so I'd like to see us make that goal. We really need it. Yes, sir.
One of the things that you might consider as an individual club, in our community, we have done a pretty good education on the people. When they realize that they're giving through our club is a 501c3, it goes to international, and every penny is used for service, nothing for administration, as opposed to some of the others. And they can go on Charity Navigator and find out where we stand right at the very top. So it's gotten out that when there's a disaster, we let everybody know that we are a collection agency, that their money will be sent directly to the people in Western North Carolina. We have boots on the ground, they're going there. And so we've been able to collect from the community that will come to our club, and then we will in turn send the check right over directly to Camp Elwood so they can disperse it where it's needed to be going. So that's something that maybe if you have an opportunity to reach out, if you know that your churches are collecting money for relief area up there, then just let them know that your Lions Club has direct access to it. Also, we found out that one of through the Leo clubs, and I'm assuming that it's getting back to the state. The Leo Club in Ashe County up there is working with the Leos over in Union Pines, and our club gave $3,000 worth of, we have an individual that can get everything right wholesale. We set up hoodies and all sorts of winter clothing, and the school took up, I forgot how many hundreds of pounds it went up, and it was school to school. And so when I was actually talking with our council chair, he was not aware of some of the extra relief that's going through our Leos. So once again, it's, as we talked about earlier, it's reporting and making sure that everybody knows what's going on. But when you have that activity, it's nice to go back to the people that have donated and let them know, not just a thank you note, but how their money helped in startup, so that the next time there's a disaster, they won't think of the Red Cross or some of these other things, the United Way, they'll think of Lions. And so that we can help directly in that, and that helps our own cause coming back.
Also, Melvin Jones, fellow, that's a lot. I think every line needs to, it's $1,000 per person on Melvin Jones. But you can send a Melvin Jones in. Anytime you send money to LCIF, please put your club's number and your individual number so you can get the credit, because it's a line, it's So, there's many ways we can do it. Example, in honor, in memory of, it's instead of sending, say, flowers to somebody, they might die tomorrow. Do LCIN and honor a memory. And write down on the paper will tell you who gets it and all that good stuff. So it's really, it's online, you can get those forms, mail those forms. So, anybody have more questions? Thank y'all very much. Appreciate
Have
it.
one comment on.
Yes, sir.
Jones, if you already are in Melvin Jones, you can continue to add progressively.
That's right, keeps on going up. Thank you, appreciate that. Thank y'all.
Okay. I need to see if they have an audit report. You know, is there anything? Gary or Bill, do you have an audit report? Okay. Yeah.
Back in August, Fascist Governor Terry Cruz, Randall Clapp himself met at the funeral home. Yes, we sat down and went over the treasurer's financial, did a review on it. We actually, it took 3 sub sandwiches, and 2 fries, and 3 iced teas. But we finally made it, and I got out before midnight. But it was good. This is a report that we will give for this. We have reviewed the financial records for District 310, which are comprised of the financial records from July 1st, 2023 to June 30, 2024, and the related statements of income and expenses. This review also included the District Midwinter Convention, income and expenses. A review includes primarily applying analytical procedures. Now, the one that wrote this up is a school teacher, so. To financial data. The district treasurer is responsible for the preparation and fair presentation of this financial statements in accordance with the generally accepted accounting principles in the United States of America. This includes the maintenance and internal controls relevant to the preparation and fair presentation of financial statements that are free from material misstatement, whether due to fraud or error. The Financial Review Committee's responsibility is to conduct the review in accordance with statement on standards for accounting. We believe that the results of our review provide a reasonable basis for our conclusion. The conclusion based on our review is that we are not aware of any material modifications that should be made to the financial statements and records in order for them to be in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles in the United States of America. And that was submitted by the past district governors that I mentioned earlier. Yeah. And I did get the reports of the financial records back to Cabinet Treasurer Lorraine. They have been under lock and key. And my wife said, "What's the guys with the black suits and sunglasses in our house?" Any questions? Thank you.
So, zone chairs. So, Wayne, do you have a report?
Zone 1 has been actively involved in fundraising. All the clubs participated in sending relief efforts to the mountains. Each individual club has had members go on their own. They've had members go as a group. Trail Club is fundraising with a turkey shoot at this present time. I know they have sent 5,000, I believe, to Lions International. Waxhaw has had people going up regular basis, collecting food items and goods to be used at the time. I'm not sure how many people y'all had go up. I know y'all had few go up, but each club is basically doing it as a group effort for sales. And Marshall Club, we continue to meet. We have 4 solid people, myself being one of the 4. But we have 4 solid people, and as soon as we get one more, we're going to be a Branch Club Thanksgiving weekend. And that's about all. We had their spaghetti supper 2-3 weeks ago. It was really good. I enjoyed it. Of course, there's not much food that I don't enjoy.
Same to John.
Okay, so on to Stone County School Clubs did vision screenings at 15 schools and 1,800 students. Albemarle Club is continuing their flag program. Norwood Club in September served at the Norwood Community Table provided the food for the day, and October 10th served lunch to the Norwood Elementary school teachers, partnered with Bramble by the River Church, and the semi-annual shrimp boil is November 8th. Over Club is doing luminaries for sale to be presented or displayed at Christmas parade. Then West Stanley Club is continuing flag program. 9/11 community ice cream, partnered with local Rotary clubs. They also sent brooms to Western North Carolina. We'll be selling brooms at Stanfield Elementary School with partnered with PTO crash sale. Bisco Club made contributions to the town of Bisco for community Halloween trunk or treat. Preparing 50 plus fruit baskets for Thanksgiving. Annual Christmas gathering for Lions and guests, spouses and guests, on second Thursday in December. Candor Club annual golf tournament was the third Saturday in September. And Shore Club sent water to the mountains and $1,800 of stuff to the mountains. And they're going to be having a Christmas tree lighting and gun raffle in December. $500 to the Boys and Girls Club home. Fundraising at Garner Center, $250. 250 people came and raised $700. That's all.
Thank you. Zone 3, Angela, or does anybody have a report from Zone 3? Have you got more? Zone 4, Denton. Is he there? Do you want to give a report, or did he give you a report?
He did not give me a report. Jack, do you want to comment on what we've been up to in our zone? Nope, okay. We've been doing, we've been helping out, kind of the local PTA. We've been, Sanford did their annual fair fundraiser event, and I don't really have anything else to report.
Okay.
So I'm just here as a representative. I didn't take notes.
I'll add for Sanford, we just wrapped up our vision screening, over 3,600 students in 11 Lee County schools. So we just wrapped that up.
Great. Will you ask him to send Susan and me a report?
I will.
Thank you. And the rest of y'all can send Susan and me a report. I appreciate it. Okay, Zone 6, Candy. I think I skipped 5 minutes. Do you have a zone report, Candy?
She wants to know if you have a zone report.
Other than we have our next zone meeting in Jamestown, November the 19th. And I'll have lunch there at the Jamestown meeting place.
Okay. And when is that?
The 19th, November 19th at 6 o'clock.
David, you have a zone 5 report?
Well, I already turned mine in from the last time, but I'm gonna have a zone meeting third Tuesday in this month at Serpents at Rowland, and Rowland Club is going to host it. Rowland Club, the vision screening this past Tuesday at our Rowland Elementary and Rowland Middle School, and then Farmer, they done their fishing tournament, last Saturday in October, and then Cold Ridge is doing ready that right down in Rockville, and let's see, selling peanuts for our Friday visions, and Liberty, they had their pancake breakfast this morning, so it had a pretty good turnout. I went over and got my field this morning. Let's see, Grady Chapel, they still continue on doing handicap ramps for people. They build most of the ramps, I believe, in any club I know of, unless it's done somewhere else I don't know about. And all around Asheboro, they get ready, to be, I think they're gonna get the vision screen. I heard Carl say something about that a while back, but we all discussed that next zone meeting, but it will be, like I said, Sir Pizza on 6:30 on the third Tuesday. I can't remember what day it is, I hope bad, but whatever. And I thank my clubs for what they are doing, and I hope I didn't leave nobody out, and so I lost the Artsdale club, but that's all I got to say.
Thank you. Zone 7, Barbara.
I don't really have one, but the last time we met, we're all busy doing service projects. I know Julian is busy with their pancake breakfast and their hot dogs, and Pleasant Garden had a golf tournament. And with ours, we just made chemo bags for cancer patients at our last meeting. So we're just doing lots of service projects. I know we're planning to feed the hungry in November, and I'm not sure what everybody else is planning to do, but I know everybody is busy. Our next meeting will be December the 3rd at the Julian's Lions Club at 6:30 for dinner, and then the 7 o'clock for the meeting.
Thank you. Zone 8, Louise. Do you have a report?
Yeah. Art clubs have been participating in community festivals, trying to get the word out for members, for new members. Everyone's doing fundraisers, they're selling rooms. Eden's having a stew today. Megan's having a 5K zombie run today. We just finished our gun raffle in October.
And Mark didn't win.
Pardon me?
Mark didn't win.
Mark didn't win, and neither did my raffle 50 guns off through the month of October. One a day. And for every 50 extra tickets that we sold, we added one. So we were able to sell enough tickets to raffle 20 tickets on Halloween Day. So it was very successful. We've all done the peace poster contest, and those will be coming to you. We mail them to you? Okay, those will be coming to you next week. All 4 schools participated in that, 4 middle schools in our county. We have done vision screenings, Reedsville's done 6 elementary schools. We work with the nurses in the school system, and they particularly wanted the kindergarten program, the kindergartners tested. So we've tested all of them. We'll meet with them again at the end of the year to expand and see where we want to go from there. We have 3 preschools that are coming up with vision screening in the next 2 weeks. And our next zone meeting is November 14th at 6:30, and Eden is hosting that at the Rio Grande restaurant.
Thank you. Susan? Sharon? I always call her Susan. I never mind.
I've heard from a couple of clubs. Oxford Lions Club held a GIP picnic for 12 friends and a social worker on October 17th. Hot dogs, sides, and desserts were enjoyed by all. The club also made a $500 donation to hurricane victims in Western North Carolina. And Durham Club, something new we attended was the PD vision screenings at the public libraries. It was interesting at 2 of the locations. September 9th, screen 10, September 30th, screen 10. There was a fire drill during this procedure. It started sprinkling, so of course the parents and the children left. October 10th, 11th screen, October 17th, 5th screen, and for the first time ever when I was involved, one child was so squirmy, tried 3 different times, it timed out, and just never could get that child screened. In November, Durham will be working with a charter school that we've worked with for multiple years. They always try and schedule the screening when there's a field trip. That way we have a classroom that we can do the entire time through. So, since 2020, we have been recycling plastic to earn an extra expense. I finally told everybody enough. 6,544 pounds of plastic have been recycled. So, styrofoam, number 6 styrofoam, I've been recycling 228 pounds. And then I started thinking, it's so little, it weighs so little, so now I'm going by pieces. So 426 pieces have been recycled. My vehicle is full, so I'm detouring to Elon College Methodist on my way back home. 19 pounds of beverage tabs were delivered to Ronald McDonald House. This week, I collected over 900 pairs of glasses between picking up at 4 locations and anytime I'm out, I go by the Scout Center. There were 3 boxes there, so that's included. So 8 boxes are ready to be delivered at the Midwinter Convention. Our annual pancake fundraiser will take place Monday and Tuesday at the Downtown Armory. Monday, November 4th, hours are 4 to 8. Tuesday, November 5th, hours are 6:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. I do have tickets if you would like to join us. November 9th, Durham is co-sponsoring an apple drop at our location, beginning at 8 until. We did it last year, and I met the truck driver at like 6:30 a.m. and I left at 6 p.m. So it's a very long day. Durham Crop Hunger Walk has met and exceeded their goal of 220,000. Alton Durham is the number 1 in the country, so people are still doing it, so we won't know till later. Multiple lines made financial donations, as well as 3 of us walked. Adopt a Highway recently completed a trash pickup. Another is scheduled in December. Durham also made a financial contribution of $5,000 to Western North Carolina. It was split between direct and NC. And our next open meeting will be November 10th, 2012.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Jamie, do you have a, where's Jamie? Do you have a report from Mary?
Yes, ma'am. Boys and Girls Home Cottage is complete. Have a ribbon cutting on November 12th. It's beautiful. And I'd like to thank everybody for helping with this project. One contractor did all that work for free. And so they will have the children coming back on November 12th. And they say it's beautiful. We hope to be there.
Yes, so the ribbon cutting's on 11, 12, and 11 a.m., and that is a Tuesday. But they want everybody to come if you can and just see our new gardens housing there. Yes, Barbara?
Yeah, I was going to say this to everybody. Is it the 11th? Is it Monday, the 11th? Is the ribbon cutting?
What Anna told me is it's the 12th on Tuesday.
12th, okay. And it's, I thought, any lions can go, if you have the opportunity to see the competitions.
It would be great.
Judy, can I ask something to that? We had Tom Lamont at our last meeting, and he's the community outreach person. There is so much more going on at the Boys and Girls Home than just helping kids that, you know, they do fostering, they do adopting. I mean, there is so much going on. If you haven't heard the presentation or your club hasn't heard it, it was so worth having you come. We really learned a lot. Our Lions Club really learned a lot about it with him coming to visit.
Thank you. Okay, the peace posters are supposed to be to me by November 15th, and I do have a judging committee already picked, and we're just waiting to get them. So
it says postmark. Postmark by the 15th, right? So you're probably going to have to wait 3 weeks to get them all.
Probably. Now, I think the clubs, Susan, tell me if I'm wrong, don't the clubs pick them and then send them to me?
It was a combination of both. That's the way it's supposed to be. There were a couple of clubs that sent multiple. So because we didn't have that many, we included them.
Okay.
Every club's supposed to send one.
I thought it was every school that we sponsored the sponsored the Peace Poster Contest too. I had that clarified by whoever's in charge.
That's why I didn't dismiss anything, because I couldn't really find the exact rule. The verbal was it was one per club.
And the lady in our directory for Peace Poster Contest, this year, since we have 2 middle schools, I asked specifically, and she said it's one per school, that we could send in whatever number we had.
That's fine.
Because we have 2 this year.
That's fine.
We'll let the district government.
Yeah, she can decide, right?
It's saying one per club.
The club is supposed to have the judging of that and then send it into the district government. So you should have just one representative each club, but it's your discretion.
Okay. I guess I understand how many you know.
Well, the problem is that if you've got one, sometimes you've got multiple coming in from several schools that are coming in. It sort of dilutes the opportunity of other clubs for honorable mention or, second place recognition or third place. I know that the monetary only goes to the winner, but normally it's the way it's originally set up. One club has their own judging, they send the winner.
But Judy, could you see, or somebody see that we could get that clarified for next year then, so that we understand, because I needed that this year and got the different story.
I'll do that. The diabetes and Garner is working today. I'm sorry.
So to clarify, you just want one poster coming to you from each club?
That's the best.
That's the best.
But we're having a local competition send you the winner of that.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, she wants to encourage everybody. She has some good articles in the newspaper and continue to collect the Diamonds for Diabetes and the bottles. That goes to send kids to a diabetic camp where they learn to take care of diabetes themselves. History. Any report on that? Boo in here, isn't it? Leader or guide dog? Yes, Kitty.
I was, maybe we should read this real quick, go back to these posters. It says, postmark deadline for a club to send one winning poster per contest sponsored to the district governor. So if you sponsor 4 schools, that's 4 contests. So you send her 4 posters.
Great. You're getting 3 from us.
Okay.
And we'll get 2. Thanks.
Leanne?
Okay. For our Leo clubs, we have 10 active clubs in the district. But the truth of it is, I'm not hearing from the Leo clubs. So, and I learned this morning what your Union Pines Club is doing, but I'm not getting reports to it. And you know, if you sponsor a Leo club, I want to make sure that you have reappointed your Leo club advisor for your club, because it's important. It goes away every year. So you have to re-enter that again, otherwise the person is not in there. So that's one thing. Make sure that you're in touch with your Leo club that you sponsor. Make sure that you have that person, and they have given me their email. I have all the emails from everybody last year, but it's like I send out an email and I hear from Nelson, I hear from a few folks. I heard from Gary on reports, but I'm not hearing from everybody. 10 active clubs, I know they're doing things, but if I'm not hearing from them, I can't report to you. So please follow up. And I know that the kids are better at reporting. When I've had direct emails, like with the president of the clubs, when I've done that and been successful to make that connection, I've gotten reports back. So just to let you know, and we do have active clubs, but like I said, I can't do that much reporting on what all they're doing because I'm not hearing it. So, and the Lions portal is abysmal. You know, if I do a Leo report, I can show you a printout of it, and it is absolute gibberish. Whereas before, I could have a printout of all the Leo clubs. I could go in with each and see who their officers were. When I went to a club and met with them, I knew who their officers were. They could be entered into the system easily. It's a problem. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Bill. Yeah, I report on leader office.
You think it's stuff for stuff are you getting stuff for claims and stuff?
Yes, I got that. Okay, Spark. It's a little slack in this time. The Lions year's been slow for visiting clubs and presenting meetings. There have been invitations sent out by email to clubs that I haven't visited, and there's still some that I have never been to. And the only ones that I apologize to were those that meet on the same meeting night that I do. When you were president, secretary, and treasurer of your club, it's hard to miss a meeting and keep everything going. Well, this year, I'm secretary and treasurer, but we've got 5 members in our club. I've got 3 that are health problems that can't do a whole lot right now. I've got one that's just a little, well, then there's me. Yeah, and then there's me. And so in my club, I'm handling everything. And my hair's turned gray, but so far it hadn't turned loose. But it's getting close. But anyway, I have sent out emails to request an opportunity to come to their club because I'm partial. If you ever, I mean, some of you have been to Leader Dog, but I've had the privilege of taking a Leader Dog person to club visits, and I could have stayed in the car because they didn't know I was there. But that individual and the way that dog has helped their lives, I mean, that was the meeting. That's what it was all about anyway. But it's one of the program services that are top notch as far as I'm concerned with Leader Dog, because it helps those. Anybody remember when I've been to your club that there was one word? I said, if you don't remember anything that I've said, remember this one word.
I remember you came to my club.
I had a dog, you remember. But no, independence. That's what I came back with all 3 times I've been to Leader Dog, was independence. That those dogs have really helped them with their getting back to their regular routine. I received many responses from my responses of intentions to schedule the program, but only one club this Lions year so far since June has come through and invited me to their club. The first half of the Lions year is somewhat kind of slow, and clubs usually wait until after the beginning of the year when they got all their fundraisers done and this type of thing to fill their empty program so they can get their 100% club recognition. But I hope this is the issue at this time. Hopefully my report will have a little more information at our next scheduled meeting.
And when are your meeting days?
Second and fourth Monday nights. That's the reason I've never been to your club. But we're on the verge of getting some new members, so maybe I can slip out one night. Thank you.
Just make a joke, bro. Take your whole club.
Nominations. Yeah, he's good with students. Hall of Fame. The Winter Convention.
All right, guys, you've heard of one word we don't always like to hear, and that's change, right? We have a change this year in our chairs. Susie and I are stepping down. Now, we're not going to walk away from them and just let them say, do what you got to do. We're going to be there to help them out because I have a love of just the conventions and just bringing people together and the fellowship and everything we do. I love that. But at some point, we need fresh ideas, don't we? So we are stepping back. We're going to be mentoring our new co-chairs. I'd like to introduce Lisa McNeil, Meredith Mitchell. They're both from the Guilford County-wide Cyber Lions Club. We also have Kim Smith from Broadway, who's not here with us today, but they're going to be your new co-chairs. So reach out to them if you want to volunteer. Elisa has a little sheet here. If you want to volunteer for midwinter, but we're also asking for volunteers for state. Lorraine Dupree's our chair for state, so she would love volunteers also. But treat these girls good. They're going to do a great job for us. They're going to bring some fresh ideas to the table. So if you have an idea, let them know, but I'm going to turn it over to them. And Goodbye. And by the way, if you don't know, this is my daughter, and this is my adopted daughter. I'm gonna tell you a cute story.
Oh, yeah.
Many of you won't know this individual, Nathan, Bullard. Miss Jenny Bullard is a spouse of past international President William Bullard. Nice, sweet young man. And I didn't know his history of where, his whole history of where he, had been. And I love this girl like my daughter. I do. So we were talking to Nathan, and I said, this is my daughter, and this is my adopted daughter. I'm just saying my adopted daughter. And this sweet young man says to me, oh, well, I'm adopted too.
Aww.
And my heart just said, this is my adopted daughter. So, this is my adopted daughter.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so can you guys hear us? Hear me? So I'm Meredith Mitchell, like my mom Barbara said, and this is not our first year with Lions, but this is our first time taking this role on. So it's a huge learning curve, but we have great mentors, and I know you guys will be supportive in every way that we can ask you to be. So we do have forms here today. If you would go ahead and pick those up, the registration forms. So.
Oh, we already have one person coming.
Yay! So just as a reminder, the date, January the 24th through the 25th, is at the Greensboro Airport Marriott. Our guest speaker this year is International Director Chris Carlone. Okay. From Louisiana, so that will be exciting. The theme this year, I love this, is Lions Roaring Forward. And I took a quick moment to just do a little acronym. I thought, why not make this reaching out and reigniting? That's what roar to me. And for the Friday night, that's usually our fun night. We're asking that you dress up in your favorite lion attire. And it could be any, you can wear a lion costume if you want to. You can wear a mane. Make your hair crazy if you want to. Wear something that reminds you, you hear that word, roar. What does that mean to you? What does that mean in the services that we do, in the people that we serve? What does that mean to you? And that's what you're going to dress up, or that's how you're going to dress for Friday night. Now, for the Friday night, we're going to have, it's going to be a fun night. That's usually kind of the let your hair hang down or out, or whichever way you're going to do. And we're going to have some music, we're going to have some games, and then some surprises thrown in there. Of course, Saturday, you'll have the light breakfast served, we'll have a lunch session and a dinner banquet. We want you to come ready to receive, and we want you to come ready to learn. I love that you have, I think, a meeting coming up about the, kind of going back to the basics. That is so critical, because there are so many pieces of Lions that I have to say, I have to throw my hands up and say, I have no idea, I don't know. So I love that idea. And I would like to actually see some sessions, I guess we can talk about that, but some sessions that day that kind of introduce what is a lion? What does it mean to be in Lions? What is that? Because I think somebody was talking earlier, I think it was you were talking earlier about what I've had friends, I don't know what that is. What do y'all do? Well, that's the number one thing they ask. What do you do? I've seen signs up, what do you do? People just don't know, and until we reach out and teach them and show them exactly what we do. We do have registration forms, but the QR code queen. When you pick up your registration form, there is a QR code. So that will take you directly to a link to register online. Oh, I'm sorry, for the hotel. You still need to either submit the form, or can you go online, or does it need to be a form?
It needs to be, but it has been emailed, or it will be emailed out to.
It will be emailed out to, I think you said the presidents and the secretaries? Okay, so you should have access to either the form, and you can print it out, or pick it up here today, or get it from your president or secretary. We do ask that it's turned in no later than January the 15th. And just as a reminder, for walk-in registrants, meals can't necessarily be guaranteed, is that right?
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're also doing the zone baskets again, and Juanita is heading up that part for us. So if you need information, I think emails will be sent out about that. Yeah, to the club. Yeah, it came from Susan. I got hers, right? You sent it to all the zone chairs.
The silent auction is Miss Sharon?
Yes.
Is that right? So she's gonna be, will you be sending out an email?
And those need to be turned in, or items brought in, it's Friday evening, correct?
Yes. You need to bring the silent auction items in by Friday night,
Yeah.
preferably. Because that's when the bidding will start on those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's wrapped up that Saturday
Zone baskets
afternoon.
by 5 o'clock on Friday also. Yeah.
So your zone chairs are a great resource if you have any other questions, but we're going to be actually meeting this afternoon to kind of get some details on that. We'll, as we learn more, we'll send that out to your clubs.
Thank you. State convention, you want to speak to that?
We are still in the process of making those plans. Just a reminder, our state convention is the child of our current Council of Governors, and we need to have their input into it as for our planning. And with the recent events in the mountains of North Carolina, I think we need to postpone that plan until we hope to speak with everybody this coming weekend. And as soon as we have information, again, we still need volunteers to work with us in every aspect of the convention, every aspect. As with the midwinter, 90% of the work happens before you ever cross the doors at the hotel. It's got to be well planned for it to come out. I have good mentors helping me, but we will be doing more planning after this next weekend at the Council of Governors meeting. When we get their input as to what they want, it is their convention, and we are working with them. I will say our guest speaker will be past International President Brian Sheehan, and we will be meeting in the middle of April this year because of the furniture market. And my apologies, I don't have the dates, but it's the middle of April instead of the end. More info to come.
I haven't seen Kim or yet, so, or Tweet's not here. Tweet. Oh, I see. Okay, going right down the list, so I don't really see anybody here. As far as the marketing and Facebook, Missy Milks is trying to meet with the clubs that don't still have any website or Facebook or social media entity. So she is going to be reaching out to the clubs. I can't remember now, but I think it's like 20 of us that don't have any type of marketing media. And unbelievably, that is important in this day and age because that's how the young people communicate. That's the only way they know how to communicate. Let's see. Chip, do you have anything for reading?
Yes. It's nothing I've ever done before, but I came across these two things this week. Fascinating facts about books that will leave you amazed. Roosevelt read an average of 1 book per day. Harvard University Library has 4 books found in human skin. Iceland tops the world in per capita book reading. People who read books, this is all of us need to listen carefully, are less likely to develop Alzheimer's disease. In Brazilian prisons, reading a book can reduce a prisoner's sentence by 4 days. The most stolen book is the Bible. Victor Hugo's Les Mis contains a sentence with 800 1,723 words. Virginia Woolf wrote all her books while standing. Leo Tolstoy's wife hand-copied the manuscript of War and Peace 7 times. There are over 20,000 books written about chess. Noah Webster took 36 years to write his first dictionary. Words like hurry and addiction were invented by Shakespeare. If all the books in the New York Public Library were lined up, they would stretch 8 miles. The first book ever printed was the Gutenberg Bible in 1455. J.K. Rowling is the first billionaire author thanks to the success of the Harry Potter series. Charles Dickens was paid by the word, which is why many of his books are so lengthy. Now, to encourage you to read, reading books should be part of your life because it enhances knowledge and understanding, improves critical thinking skills, boosts vocabulary and writing ability, develops empathy and perspective, sparks creativity, promotes relaxation and stress reduction, enhances memory and concentration, provides a portal to new worlds, fosters lifelong learning, improves conversation skills, boosts self-esteem and confidence. That's it.
So our newsletter, I need to get out early this month, probably around the 12th or something, because our editor is getting married on the 16th. So I would like your information to me by maybe the 8th, 10th or something, so that I'm not rushing. Past district governor report here, anything? We all know about the VIP fishing tournament. Kids side?
I'm here.
You want to speak?
I can speak briefly, is that okay?
That's fine.
Kids Site's off to a good start. Where so far this year, we've been blessed to have 8 clubs join us. Eldamar, Hamilton Lake, the Plainville, and the Randall Branch Club, Norwood, Oakboro, Silas City, and the Ramster Branch Club, West Stanley, and Waxhaw. So far. There are other clubs in the work, we're still on, we screen almost all the way on. So far, the kids side alone has screened 2,600 children. And through the help of, if you heard through some of the reports already, through the clubs. Now, what's great about this is when Eldamar, Norwood, and West Stanley, and Oakboro get together, they form an army. Literally. And what they do is they'll divide up their entire county. And some clubs do this one, some clubs do this one, some clubs do that one, which makes it quick, easy, and very efficient. And they work well with the nurses. So they've got it down to a science, which is outstanding. What's really great is the 2 branch clubs that we have already gotten involved and gotten their feet wet, involved with screenings. Excuse me, and both clubs, for their first time, did an outstanding job. So I have to give them props as well. One thing we are looking forward to doing is working with clubs that are doing their own screenings. We're not going to try and tell you how to do it, because you guys are doing it really well all the time. One thing we are going to ask of you is if you can give us reports on how many kids you have screened, and to make that easier for you guys, so I just don't get a piece of paper saying, "Yeah, we screened 3,600 kids." I would like to send the clubs a form that we use for Kids Site that documents the age of the child, so we know how many children from, let's say, 5 to 6, 6 and above, 2 to 3, 4, whatever, getting screened, so we can have an accurate count on the children we're screening, so we can hopefully get some type of follow-up on how we're doing as far as following up on those getting classes and so forth. So for those of you that are screening on your own, if you could get with me later, I can give you your email address, you can get mine, send me, and I will send you the form. If you're easy to fill out, if you just count it, fill it out, say 20, 40, 50, 60, 80, whatever.
and just fax it to me, and that way I can give the report to the North Carolina Foundation, so we can have an accurate account for our district. And one other note, for those clubs that are thinking of getting a screener, screeners are about $7 grand, give or take, the ballpark. Now, to get the Kids Site program, $75. And you get 3 screens, 3 screen devices, I should say. And I can teach you guys how to use a screen device in about 10 minutes, right? So, for $75, you can screen, 1 to 2 schools a day. And so instead of $7 grand being spread out, and the return on investment would take you quite a number of years to get return on investment on it. Think of that $75 going to that, and you can take that other money, excuse me, and reverse it into the city or your area where it might do more work. Sorry, I got a dry throat. So, if you like, my name's in the book. Give me a call. We're glad to give you an assertion on Kids Site, show you how it works, bring the camera down, show you the ins and outs. Willing to travel, just give me a call, and I'm glad to come to the club. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, do you have anything to
For what?
or anything? Your
I got several things here. We'll wrap it up. Volunteers, we'll be coming up with possibly time with Tammy gets time to slow down. There'll be things to be done in camp that we'll be doing for volunteers at times of that. We need volunteers now to help her load and unload the stuff that they're taking to parts of the thing. One other thing that we, as far as outreach or long-range planning, is we had a big problem that they're coming up with at L&I during the hurricane, and it's something for us to think about in our district and others. Do you know how many VIPs you have and how many were affected by storms? They're going crazy up in L&I trying to locate and make sure that all of the VIPs have been taken care of. I mean, do they really know? And that's what they're working on. Whatever plan or system they come up with, we're going to be able to pass it on, hopefully, to the rest of the state to do that. So that's that, and the constitutional bylaws, we're just still working on that stuff. That's it.
Thank you. Pastor and National President Sid, do you want to say anything?
One thing that you already heard the disaster relief report, but both Harvey and myself were on the conference call with the council chair and the disaster relief, the committee that's dispersing the $100,000 grant. And it's quite interesting to see what's going on up there, and yet the devastation is just unbelievable, but they still can't get into it. Council Chair George Stubbs has just leased a building up there so he can warehouse a lot of the stuff that's coming in right now. But he's got so much that he's inundated with clothes that it's a hard time for them to separate the clothes and make them available. Who's going to get what? Generic things like the hoodies, that was perfect. You know, you don't have to worry about that. You just worry about sizes rather than shirts and pants and underwear and stuff like this. Still need a lot of diapers and things that, right when winter's coming in, the things that you wouldn't think about, the people are living in tents and a variety of temporary shelters really need heaters, the small heaters that are there, the small generators to be able to get those things. So there's always more need for that. So if you've got a club that says, what is that called, a small project, by buying one of the small heaters at ASUO's, Home Goods, whatever it is, and then be able to send it over to Camp Dogwood, and it'll get dispersed up there. But now they do have a warehouse up there that they're going to be able to have stuff on site and try to get into it. But still, there's a lot of areas they have no idea who's missing. That's why the death count is really sort of so vague. Just so much devastation. They're trying to figure out how they can get in extra help to come in from the government or the state or whatever to build some of the bridges back, the smaller bridges, so you can just get back into the area. I know we heard from
Samaritan's Purse not too long ago, and they said, we really don't need any more volunteers right now, that we were inundated. That was several weeks ago. But some of the volunteers were trying to head up the mountains and take supplies, and they were getting lost. And so then they were having to send rescue teams out to get volunteers. So it really needs to be something that is organized through it. And one thing about the Lions, we're boots on the ground up there, so you can be proud about that. So if you can get that word back into your communities about the help that's going on up there, and it's still a matter of money is great, but in a lot of areas, there's just no place to buy things. And so you've got to get them in there. And one of the things I thought was funny is that George was saying they had so many canned goods, but guess what they didn't have? So he had to go online and order several grosses of the, what were the old P-38 things that were open. He said it was great because not every can of beans had a full top on it. So it was little things like that you don't think about at the time. So just keep it in your prayers, and anything you can think of to be helped. Trying to run it through Tammy. I know she's just snowed under right now, but what a great coordinator she's done up there getting that stuff done. She's really doing God's work up there. So, but thanks for all of your help, and just remember those guys are still working very hard, and they will be all through the winter. We're going to be more and more needs. They're going to be coming up with what they need up there. That's it.
Thank you. Pastor and National Director Harvey.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything that something said then. I appreciate all the excellent reports. I've been to a lot of cabinet meetings in my almost 4 years in Wayne, and this has been one of the best. I appreciate the good reports. That's excellent. Well, I want to emphasize something Jamie's already emphasized about LCIF donations, and Sid's already alluded to that as well. Individual donate, it doesn't have to be just a club donation. It could be an individual donation. Individual donations can be done forever. I mean, and they can be done online. You can have them, you don't have to worry about checks being lost. And, but I want to emphasize that, and the fact that we have received so much for the contributions we have made. We've received almost 3 times as much back over the last 50 years. So that's something that LCIF definitely helps, but individual donations are very important. You don't have to wait for the club to make that donation. But thanks for all you do, and we appreciate you.
I think that's very high praise for all of our chairs and our zoning, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Past District Governor, she loves to be called that. Susan, would you come up, please?
I have nothing prepared.
Last year was a really great year, and it was because of all the work that Susan put into everything. Even down to individually calling clubs. We won't say that she offered to pay some dues, but she wanted to meet those goals. But we have several clubs, 12 as a matter of fact, that got Club Excellence for 23-24. And because of all of her hard work, she is being awarded the District Excellence District Governor Award for 2024. It was you. Thank you. So, pretty much my message has been delivered today because I wanted to go over all of that LCIF has done for us and for the Western North Carolina and all that this great district, outstanding district, as Gary says, has done for District L and I. We have really passed the We Serve test. We really have. My little Lions Club well, it's grown, so I shouldn't say little anymore. When it was about 10 members, it was little. But we, one day, decided to sell hot dogs from 11 to 1:30. Our fortunate thing is that we're right in where the mega site is. So all those workers, they work 24/7, and they have nothing to eat on Saturdays because there's no food trucks or anything. So we actually had to go to the store and get more hot dogs. Chili and onion, I mean, it was hilarious. We're chopping onions at the site. But we were able to send $1,700 just from that hot dog sale. So I think not only my club, but I think every club in our district has really stepped up. And I just really, really appreciate what we're doing. And so does my fellow district owners. They really have sent their thanks to us. I do have a lot of membership kits with me. Not with me because, I left that box at home. But if anybody needs membership kits, please let me know and I will get them to you anyway. Okay?
Motion to receive all your reports.
Motion to receive them. I'll make that motion. Can I have a motion to receive all our reports?
I'll make the motion.
That was Jerry and Terry Burns. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? It was by Terry Burns. The newsletter, as I was saying, I really hope they're going out to the zone chairs and the presidents and the secretaries, but I'm not sure it's making it to all the members from what I'm being told. So I can't figure out how to get it to the members because I'm asked all the time about them. If y'all have any ideas, please reach out and let me know. I know that the last one was a little bit long and people had a hard time sending it out, so my news editor is going to work on that. But y'all have any ideas about how to get this to the members so that they know about it? I mean, besides the three of us at our club visit saying the newsletter's on the district website.
Is it on the district website?
Yes.
They're
Yes.
sending it, you could send them a link in an email, that might be quicker than sending the newsletter itself out. If they don't have a link.
Send the link to the website? Okay.
One idea maybe we just ask our dumb chairs to send it to all of their membership, because that's a small membership. Every person gets an individual.
I mean, okay, but that's a good idea, but also, grants are coming up to secretary. I feel like that's the secretary's responsibility to pass this along. So I think the first thing is maybe some education for the secretaries, if it's not getting out. Maybe that's the first line.
Secretary sends it out to everyone.
Mine might be much better, I can call them.
It's education for the secretaries.
Well, we had that in June. Okay. All right. We'll work on that.
That could be a bit of my full secretary, I'm just suggesting. I hate the zone that by next close, something close.
Yes, Joey?
Oh, this last newsletter came out, and it was too long.
Yeah.
I said, I got my technical son got it, he said, you need to reprint the original newsletter to PDF, and if that doesn't make it shorter, he went to that other one was 20, and all of most of my club members only except him, so they didn't get it all. He did the PDF and he went down to 8. It takes a lot of excess stuff out, like down to the, you can read. Okay. It's just right away to getting, nice long one, it was beautiful, but it just, my club members couldn't get it.
Okay. I'll work on that. Aaron, do you have any questions?
My suggestion is kind of doing your newsletter, other information, and then all the flyers that are attached, maybe sending them at a different email, because that way you've got so much coming at one time. And to be honest, a lot of people, when they reach page 10, they're gone.
I agree. Yeah, there was a lot of flyers in the last couple of months, but I wanted everybody to know. That I really maybe that should be said. Susan will love to send out another email. Yes.
Remember, don't forget, right? Give it up. Now we are currently 59% of the goal for 120,000. So we need your support. There's a lot going on in the community and so many challenges and prices up and all that. So please, don't David and I are out to Durham and made a presentation this past Wednesday. So we are all there.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Yes.
First, has some information about things you were helping talk about the Christmas tree earlier.
Yes. Things didn't go as I planned for the Christmas tree, so I'm gonna let Troy explain it.
Okay, how y'all doing? I've got a neighbor who lives across the street, and she's got like a extra mom that lives up in West Jefferson, Ashland County. And she said, we were going to try to do like a toy drive for Christmas. But then she said, well, they need more things now. So so what me and Judy was talking about doing was getting like a giving tree. She was supposed to send me some, like a family's name and their needs and stuff. Talked to her the other night, and she said they're needing more bigger items. Like some of them, see, nobody said some of them live in hotels, some live in tents, some of them lost everything. So now she sent me like four people, the pastor type road. He's partially blind. He's got a small little church. Tends to. He needs help getting a building installation to help people during the upcoming winter. Kelly Myers lost everything, living in the hotel. Stephen Tanner lost everything. This one right here, pretty good right here. Loretta, an older lady with no family in the area, has works 2 jobs, house flooded and filled with mold. House must be stripped to studs and crawl space. Cleared of mud so air can get to it. She is trying to do it all on her own, and it's a sad situation. And I've got a contact person right here that can get in touch with all these people who go through what they do. But that's what they're needing now. But we're going to try to do the other thing, but they need more of this stuff. And I thought we might want to do like a toy drive or something. She said, well, they're going to do that maybe head towards December. Like the first of December, start doing that, and we're going to do something like that. But I told her I was going to try to help out some people here. She got more names, but she has 64 here. But they have more names. And the neighbors, Roxanne, she's the neighbor's mom, or stepmother, this kind of friend of mine. Guy like you, Barbara, you and Alyssa, step. Anyway, she said, they need a lot of stuff. So if any of y'all want to help out, give me before I leave, and I'm trying to give you some information. Contact person or whatever they need. But I think that's it. One family she gave me a list of one family needs like a lot of building supplies. She gave me 2 lists. One list is all filled up, and the other list is not. kind of what we do is just, you go to Lowe's, say you want to purchase this for such and such, which I'll tell you, and they'll send it to the Lowe's in Jefferson. Actually, county in Jefferson. That's what we need to help. But I just want to tell you about that. I think about going to that class. I don't like getting up front of everybody. Judy told me about it. But I don't think they stand up front.
Can you help me turn and read?
Yeah. Something in the back there, look at it, like a TV right there. What makes me nervous, I think all y'all looking at, which you probably are. I was thinking, you know everybody, why you getting ready for us? I can't stand for me.
Well, you have been done this hard.
So when I was in elementary school, we had to do a report, you had to get in front of that report. Teacher said, who wants to start, and I can't be that like right here. And then I'll get up there and go like this. That's all I got.
I guess the moral of the story is, if your club wants to help with any of that, please get in touch with Troy. He's from the Jamestown Lions Club, and he is the president this year, so you should be able to. I do have extra books if anybody wants one. And like Barbara, I've printed some of the Lions Roaring Forward Midwinter and some of the RLFI. I need to let first Vice Minister come up for me. She's got some good news too.
Everybody here is invited to a party on November the 11th. You're invited. It's called a sock sorting party. The Ramsey Community Lions Club Ranch has been blessed with 90 cases of socks. 90 cases of socks. If you're friends with me on Facebook, look on my Facebook page and see how my deck is full of socks. Some cases have 18 dozen. The word was dozen. Some cases have 12 dozen. The pro socks have 7 dozen. It's not hard work. Ron has already packed 1 case of socks. So if anybody has some free time and want to come and volunteer, we will be meeting right next door at the town hall. Our town hall is right over here. We'll be meeting there at 10 o'clock on November the 11th. A lot of people are out of work. It's Veterans Day. If you want to come and give an hour, a couple of hours, or your whole day, you would be more than welcome. The socks are going to Western North Carolina. I've been working with Tammy, and I'm also working with the pastor there. They'll also go to local ministries around in our area too. We've been gathering names of places, some of the homeless shelters, the food pantries can take socks, the women's shelters, the drug rehabilitation shelter. Those type of places are where they're going. We're also sending some socks to the Cyber Club because they have a ministry that they're working on, and I forgot to tell you, Alicia, you're coming by my house today to pick them up. I think you've already been told, but I'm just going to. I'm going to talk to Lion Susie about that need. Okay, I live close by. If anybody does want to have the Ramsey branch is also putting together toiletry kits on Wednesday. This coming Wednesday at my house at 11:30. So if you want to be hands-on, there's projects. We have feasts that's also been donated by a hotel that can go to families. So I don't have a big house now, so I need to move the merchandise. I need help. We need help. We're 10 strong, but a lot of them are working. If you're off work and can come on Wednesday, I'll be glad to order a pizza for you. Thank you. Oh, and the church is having a fundraiser today downstairs. They're selling barbecue plates. So if anybody wants one, we have restaurants here if you want one, but we do have food still over here, some snacks. But we do have restaurants in the area that see me, and I'll tell you which the best ones to go to. We don't have a lot, most of fast food. But downstairs, you'll get a really good meal, and the church would appreciate it. So.
Okay, does anybody have anything else?
Camp Dogwood tickets, we are still selling those raffle tickets for $15,000. Couple things I want to remind you. If someone buys them using the QR code, the QR code, do not send in a paper ticket. If you send a paper ticket to NCLF, it better have money to go with it, okay? So, we are pushing the QR code. We're also, there's a lot of people like me that don't use them well, but we're gonna do that. We have the paper tickets. Also a reminder that at the Midwinter Convention this year, there will be a $200 gift, or a drawing for $200, either cash or check, no more gift cards. But we will draw for two $200 gifts at the Midwinter. And the only way to be eligible for that drawing is to have a ticket in the barrel. We'd love to see our barrel overflowing. Last year, the district got a leg state and kept Dogwood sales. Challenge, do it again.
I also have some from the North Carolina kids, if anybody hasn't seen them, it's Junior Johnson. And they're $2. If anybody wants to see Mark, I'm going to let him take over that. Does anybody have anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Lord, for this day, and thank you for all the great reports that we're getting here, encouragement here today, Lord. Guide us in our service as we move forward, Lord, and may it all be to your glory. In your name we pray. Amen.